So in foreclosure, who gets paid first is sometimes a question that we receive um, from people looking to understand what their rights and obligations are. The answer to that question is relatively simple. The first person to get paid or the first entity to get paid in any foreclosure action is usually the treasurer's office. If real estate taxes is due or behind due or owed, that the first piece of the pie or the first bit of proceeds from a foreclosure sale go to pay the taxes, any real estate taxes that is. The next person to get paid or the next entity to get paid is based on priority, is what we call it. Priority would be who is first in line on the recorded title down at the county's recorder's office. Usually that'll be the first mortgage company or your mortgage company. Because when you get the mortgage or when you get and take the initial mortgage out, that loan process, that lender will want to ensure that there are no other liens, no other encumbrances, nothing else on that title, that is clear title. And when the title is clear, then that first lender takes first lien position and is first to get paid. It has priority. The next entity to get paid or next person to get paid is the person who has the next priority lien position based on time. It's all based on dates and time. So whoever records first is first, whoever records second is second. If there's a first and second mortgage company taken out on the same day, then whoever gets recorded first will become the first lien position. Will have the first lien position and get paid first out of any foreclosure sale. Usually title companies, for that reason, will actually record in the order that they intend to have their priority. So they will literally hand the clerk the first mortgage documents to record. And then after that's stamped, a minute or 2 minutes later, or even it could be a second later, that second mortgage document will be stamped and date stamped and time stamped as well in that second position. If there are other kinds of liens or obligations on the property, such as unpaid taxes, the IRS liens, homeowner, state liens, those will be paid in order of priority also. They will come after that first and second mortgage if there are any. Similarly, if there is a judgment against an individual, or any other kind of mechanics lien, anything else encumbering the property, they are paid in the order in which they appear on the county recorder's office. The random thing out there, the random piece of law would deal with the homeowners association or condo association. You're going to want to look at state law to determine whether or not they take priority first, or if they have to stand in line just like everybody else. Those laws can be quirky state by state. Sometimes the homeowner association can apply for just a judgment against the person, not a lien against the property. And sometimes they can apply for a lien against the property and not necessarily a judgment, and sometimes they can do both. But the priority of where they're going to get paid is going to be based on what that state law says regards to it. That's effectively it. When you're looking at who gets paid first out of a foreclosure sale, that's the process. If at the end of the transaction there are excess proceeds, that is, the sale of the property was higher than all of the liens and all the loans on record, then that excess proceeds goes back to the consumer. The homeowner is entitled to that. A lot of times the court won't send that out, the clerk's office, and be the clerk of court. They won't necessarily send that out immediately. Some states don't even require they notify the homeowner of that excess proceeds, but those are there, and the homeowner should check to make sure that there are no excess proceeds lying around. If there's a deficiency amount, if the amount of the sale of the property is less than all of the liens, then whoever is the last in line in the order of priority doesn't get paid anything, and effectively has their lien released, usually released. And the last piece I'll tell you about this is if there is a situation where an individual or company or entity has a lien or a potential to have a lien. Let's say it's a second mortgage company that has a mortgage executed, and there is a lien that's present, but they don't actually record it with the county recorder's office. then it, for the most part, generally most states, that is not a perfected lien, and they are not entitled to priority over any later liens that actually record. So there's a two-step process for recording a lien or for locking in your priority. One is actually having the documentation present, whether that's signed by the borrower or whether that's effective of a mechanic's lien or judicial lien, having that. But then there's a secondary step where it actually has to be recorded, and that recording establishes their priority in which that entity or that person is paid. That pretty much covers everything for who gets paid first in foreclosure. If you have any, if I don't have any, if that didn't cover your particular issue, I can only answer general questions. Feel free to do a general question within the comments and I'll try to respond. I cannot practice law over comments. So if you're in a specific situation in Ohio or Florida, give my office a call. We can certainly chat about it. If there's something generally you want to know, comments would be appropriate for that. Thanks so much. Best of luck to you.